Alright, y'all. Hello and welcome back. It's Friday, my favorite. Fridays, we always just have fun on this channel, so let's just jump right into some pretty crazy and fascinating stuff that I've found from throughout the European region. All right, starting out pretty easy here, although pretty beautiful, I have to say. We have the biggest glacier in Europe, supposedly. This is the Aletsch, or Aletsch, something like that. Aletsch Glacier in Switzerland. And as you can see, this thing is pretty wicked, right? The beautiful greenery in the foreground, but then, of course, the fierce mountains and kind of glacial run here. I actually don't know what I'm saying. Take my words with a grain of salt, but yeah, as you can see, this is beautiful, right? Zoom in on it. Wow, right? I mean, come on. That's pretty epic. Did not know this was happening in Switzerland. Honestly, did not know that. I guess when I think of the word glacier, I just, for some reason, I don't think of like Central Europe, but here we are. This one's pretty wild when we talk about ice, you know, glaciers, that type of thing. You know, similar realm, right? Well, this one has to do with kind of Germany here, and of course the whole world, really, world history. Iceberg warning from a Germany boat on the 14th of April, 1912. Look which ship the message was relayed through. This is kind of freaky. Postal telegraph, commercial cables, okay? Telegram. Delivery number 795, I believe that says. So if you'll read this, if you haven't read it already. South America via SS Titanic. Ring a bell? Yeah, that is the Titanic. Past two large icebergs. And it gives the coordinates on the 14th of April. Pretty freaky stuff when you really think about it, right? If only they paid attention. I mean, think about that, right? Think about that. It says the Californian was 20 miles from the Titanic and radioed to them that they were surrounded by icebergs. The Titanic radio operator told them to shut up. So the Californian radio operator turned off the radio. Men went to bed. Oh my God. And for those curious, the spot mentioned on his telegram is only 35 kilometers away from the Titanic shipwreck. This one is a rare phenomenon, a roll cloud on a beach in Portugal. Let's go ahead and actually make this full screen. And let's see what this is about. This is in Portugal, remember? Oh man, this is freaky. So it's actually like a clear day. You can see the blue sky up there. Oh my God, man. That looks like something straight out of a movie. The apocalypse is here at the beach. These people are just chilling. I mean, it's either chill or run, right? Yo, I actually have goosebumps. That is freaky, man. And camera usually doesn't capture things well, but they're kind of doing a great job here. Kind of capturing the scale of this thing. It is moving. You know, it's hard to tell because it's so big how far away it really was towards the beginning of the clip. But you can tell towards the end here, it's actually getting up on the beach. And people are finally getting up and starting to run. They're like, yeah, this thing kind of scary up close. It also looks like it brought like some sort of breeze. You see this? People's clothes moving and stuff. The umbrella there. Yo, that is actually wild. Look at it over here. It almost looks like a giant wave, but it doesn't, right? You know it's not a giant wave. You can see the water down there. Okay, that is legit weird. That is something I've never seen, obviously, in person. I've never even actually heard of this. It just looks like something from a trailer of like a freaky, you know, adventure movie. So, you know, it was a roll cloud appeared over Portugal's beaches. This was from June 29th of this year. So, you know, a few months ago. Formed by advancing cool air and strong coastal wind, it created a stunning sky scene. Meteorologists described it as a very rare for the region and classic example of atmospheric dynamics in action. A roll cloud forms when the cool air pushes under warm, moist air, forcing it to rise and condense. At the same time, wind shear, changes in wind direction, cause the cloud to rotate horizontally, creating a tube-like shape. This has got to be rare because, like, this is a lot of things happening at once, right? Between the cool air pushing the warm, moist air, and then you have, wind shear happening. And it's just like kind of the perfect formula for this rolled up tube cloud, right? Floating across the water onto the coastline here. Yeah, that's pretty wicked, man. We also have another angle. So this is the same event, another angle. This one is even better. Look at that. I mean, it was crowded. Look how big it is. Dude, this is absolutely terrifying. What went through people's minds when that happened? I mean, how many people are going to know, oh, that's a meteorologist's roll cloud? Like, no one is going to know that, right? Yeah, that would be pretty wicked to see. I'm kind of glad I'm seeing it through a screen. I'm not sure if I'm too jealous of seeing, missing out in person. It would be a long shot, but if anyone has seen that or was there on that day, you got to tell us in the comments. Now, from an apocalypse-looking cloud to one of the coolest, displays, thankfully, restoring, faith in humanity, right? I love when humans come together for just awesome stuff. This is in Germany. A boy who loved motorcycles was diagnosed with a terminal illness. His family posted online asking if riders could come cheer him up. They expected 20 to 30 people. I mean, that seems reasonable. That would be amazing in and itself. But 15,000 motorcyclists showed up. Let's take a look at the sheer numbers here. Look at this. Look at that. That is actually crazy. I've never seen anything like that, even in a movie. Damn, Germans. Or this could be people from all around Europe. Who knows? I mean, this is spectacular. Looks like every type of bike you could dream up, right? Riders left and right. I mean, this is kind of spectacular. Look at the boy. Absolutely beyond thrilled, as you would expect. Bravo. Now, this one, I'm not going to play the video. It's actually like a whole, I just watched it. It's like a 5-minute news clip from French. It's from a French news thing. And it's from, I guess, from 1978 to the 90s, France had a type of proto-internet called Minitel, which was a video text system that allowed users to access online services through the telephone lines. It had features such as chat rooms, online shopping, and banking, news, information, and more. So this is literally basically a very, pre-internet era internet. I didn't know about this. I was always aware of the internet being launched worldwide in, what was it, like 94, 95, I think they said, somewhere around there, right? I didn't even know that there was even a older, simpler form of the internet at all. Like, this is kind of mind-blowing. I mean, think about this. Late 70s, France had this. I would be really interested to see if anyone knew about this, if anyone has used this. Interestingly enough, they said in this report that it was used by a pretty decent amount of people. This wasn't some niche thing where like 100 people in the whole country used it. This was thousands and thousands of people. Some of the downfalls was, of course, it ended up falling behind. It also, the World Wide Web is technically free-ish to access, right? Whereas this required like more of a subscription type of thing. So that, wasn't good long term. This had people using it up until 2012. I mean, that's relatively recently. That's pretty interesting. And yes, there was content like this in chat rooms and everything, even back then. A Turkish company has designed innovative roof tiles with built-in miniature shelters, offering birds protection from the cold and rain. Wow, that is kind of next level. I mean, designing shelters built into roof tiles for birds. I mean, that's something I never thought I'd see, honestly. That's kind of interesting. It must be necessary. I mean, in this picture, we literally see birds. Of course, they're not in the shelters, but it's also a clear day, so they don't really need them. I mean, it says it's for the cold and rain. So, yeah, very interesting. I wonder if the birds use them. I assume they probably would to some degree. It's like, is this really necessary? But I suppose it is. It's so specific that obviously it was necessary. And if people didn't know what this was, which I'm assuming people walking by in the street probably wouldn't know, they're probably wondering, what the hell are all those holes on the roof for? I would think it'd maybe be cameras or something that are kind of camouflaged in. My only hope is that they are sealed from the living space, right? And I mean, they're kind of small. So are these, like, I'm almost having trouble deciphering how these birds fit in there, although it could be an illusion. I'm not sure, right? I hope these are clean. Speaking of cleaning, this is pretty cool, I have to say. Make this full screen. Now, I've never heard of this. I've actually worked at grocery stores when I was younger. This is apparently common in some European countries. They loaded it into this Euro van here, a whole row of carts. Sorry. And look at this thing. It's got a drum inside. It literally rotates. It gets blasted with water from every angle imaginable. It almost looks like it's hot water, like it's steaming. So I'm going to assume it's hotter. It's probably got some sort of cleaning solution. I mean, this is kind of cool. A very, quick, pretty much the best way to do it. Because I don't know if carts around me in my local stores, I'm just going to guess they don't really clean them much, if at all, right? You have to do your kind of due diligence as a customer. I will say, when you grab a cart and you go into the local supermarket, they do, at least most of them have like a hand washing station, not like a hand washing station. It's just hand sanitizer. And then they do provide sanitizing wipes that you can wipe the handle with or whatever. Right. So I think that's cool. It's better than nothing, but I don't think they do this. I could safely say I've never seen a Eurovan with this total car wash for carts. Pretty cool. Rain. That's how shopping carts are cleaned in my country. Lots and lots of rain. USA. Wait, you guys get clean carts? That's what I'm saying. This is not a thing here for sure. Also, I will say that this person mentions that the carts are better in Europe because all the wheels rotate. They're not fixed. This is true. I haven't traveled through Europe, but I plan to. But this is what I look forward to, because when I say in my videos that I go to a Euro store, because I do. Remember, my family, we shop, we found, because of this channel, we found a European store here in the Chicago area that's like straight up all European goods. Barely anyone speaks English there. I mean, this is a legit place. I like it. And their carts are actual European carts. They have the 4 wheels. They're so lightweight. They're so easy to maneuver. You can do anything with them because all the wheels are steerable. They all work in unison. It's beautiful. And I know we're talking about shopping carts here. I don't care. This is engineering. I love it. Our shopping carts, I hate to say it, they're heavy. They're clunky. They're very hard to move around. It's not even funny. Honestly, I needed to make a video on it. It is that good. European shopping carts, they win. They win hard. I don't know how you pronounce this. Pascha or Pasha is the largest brothel in Europe, having over 120 workers and serves 1,000 daily customers. The workers rent a room for 180 euros a day and negotiate in the halls. Each floor is themed with one for cheap services and another for trans. It offers a money-back guarantee for bad service. Wow. Money-back guarantee. Consumer rights are fair. I always hear how good they are in Europe and how fair they are. And boy, it is in any industry you can imagine. Point in case. This is not subtle at all. Wow. This is blowing my American mind for many, many reasons. Holy smokes. No judgment here, not my cup of tea, but it is fascinating. And it's super fascinating as an American because this does not exist here. Did you know that a river in the middle of Munich in Germany, you could surf? Yeah, there you go. All year, too. It doesn't matter if it's cold and gray. It's way harder than it looks. Yeah, I gathered that. I don't think it looks easy. That's not what I thought at all. This is pretty cool. I gotta admit, not something I'd try, but I would watch. I mean, if you want to try it, I'll watch. This is cool, man. It is. It's not something I would expect. I mean, honestly, I guess I'd rather surf here than underneath that apocalypse cloud in Portugal. So, now this is fun. This is Japan's top sumo wrestler, apparently. He went to London, okay, for a tournament. Look at the tourist photos they took. So we have I guess a group of some of the top sumo wrestlers from Japan throwing them across the map into London here. I think this is actually pretty cool, right? To see that kind of culture clash, right? Look at them on bikes. Not your everyday scene, I would imagine, in London. I mean, London's pretty big, pretty diverse, but yeah, still, this is cool. That Guinness, by the way, looks excellent. Damn, I am actually really jealous. Hello Kitty has arrived as well. I mean, there you go. Abbey Road, at least I hope. If I'm wrong, please don't set me on fire. I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing there. This is awesome. Look at that. Whoa. You know what's fun is that, this is like a top sumo wrestler, like top of your field, right? Top athlete, whatever you want to say, right? And he's just having fun. He's just being a tourist, I think that's actually super cool. Of course, like, it's fun pictures because it's like, look at London, look at this top sumo wrestler. It's like a clash. It's really cool, actually. They look so happy. I want to hug them, but I don't want them to hug me. Is that inappropriate? I mean, I get it. I mean, you can see the little display here. You might not be able to walk after, but probably be a solid hug, right? Meanwhile, this person has one of the most socially distant homes in Europe. Apparently, this is somewhere near Iceland. I actually don't know. People are kind of debating in the comments. If any of you actually know, please let me know. But yeah, this is actually really cool. At the same time, no. Like, I kind of get it. Getting away from all the noise, all the BS, right? But this is too isolated for me. This is freaky. I mean, look at the surroundings. It's beautiful, but this is it, right? What if you run out of water in the house? What if you run out of food? I mean, this is a little bit of a pain to run down to the market, right? Now, this is something I've never seen before. I've seen, ivy and vines and stuff grow on some old buildings, even here in the U.S., right? That's pretty common. But this is, different. This is next level. And this is Kobogen 2 in Dusseldorf, Europe's largest green building with over 30,000 plants. Yes, that's right. That's a building. I mean, this is spectacular, right? Jeez, man. When I look at some cities, it's like interesting because there's so much. We always talk about history in some of these old, incredible cathedrals and buildings and structures in European countries, right? That's the easy go-to, and that's what I cannot find here mostly in the U.S. But at the same time, even modern futuristic architecture looks different in Europe, right? It's really cool. And when you see something like this, like, look at this picture right here. Yes, there are some really cool places in the U.S., of course. There's some really cool futuristic, interesting styles in certain cities here. Chicago has, a lot of places like Millennium Park and surrounding areas, like really cool futuristic stuff. But like this is just wild to me. It's really cool. Europe still stands out even with newer architecture, even though it's easy to go to the spectacular old stuff. This, right? I mean, this is just awesome. Sustainable urban architecture, largest green building in Europe. It was completed in 2020. It's covered by 30,000 hornbeam plants, making it a green oasis in the heart of the city. The facade, designed by renowned architect Christoph Ingenhoven, uses these plants to absorb CO2, reduce urban heat, and improve air quality. Now, that's the cool part. Not only is this fun to look at, and people drive by and are like, yo, what is that, right? But it's also efficient. Like, this is smart to have because we all know heat island effect, right? Cities can get really hot in, the summer and stuff because you have all these buildings and concrete and blacktop and cars and buses and everything, and it gets hot. And you need to have trees, you need to have greenery to try and reduce that, to try and offset that. This is a really cool idea. And I honestly, why isn't this kind of thing done more? I think this would be really smart in a lot of cities. Flight traffic across Europe every day. 24 hours and 24 seconds. Here we go. It's ramping up. We're at 4 a.m. It's already crazy. Oh my God. This is insane. Okay. Wow. It's so weird. Like, everyone knows airplanes exist. Everyone knows, like, most people, I know some people do, but most people, they either walk places, they take their car to work, right? They, take trains, buses, right? Most people, I think it's safe to say, don't take airplanes every day, right? But the fact that there's just this many airplanes in the sky any given day, especially over a continent like Europe, is just mind-blowing to me. It's more insane to me that they don't, I know it sounds crazy, but that they don't collide more often, right? Like, this is incredible that, pilots, air traffic controllers, anyone involved in the airspace industry, all these planes are running around relatively efficiently. And, most of the time when you do fly, it goes pretty well. I mean, if there's flight delays and stuff, when you see this, it kind of makes you be less disappointed. And it's like, look at all that's going on, right? This is a lot to deal with every day. It's kind of a wonder it works as well as it usually does, right? It's also interesting to see all the traffic, but like where they kind of are all going, right? There's a shitload of these planes landing what looks, I'm assuming, is London, right? And there's a lot going to Paris. There's a lot going to like Germany. Surprising a lot kind of leaving this direction. I don't know if they're going to somewhere down here or if they're going over to Asia. Maybe these are going to China or Japan or Dubai. I don't know, right? But it's really cool to see. Just kind of like the patterns, I suppose. Actually, there's quite a lot going to, I think that's Madrid. Yeah, as you can see in the comments, London is fucked. That's what I'm saying. Watch how many planes just like are all just flying hard into London. Like, it's like from every direction possible. I'm assuming Heathrow in London has got to be one of the busiest airports in Europe, right? If not the busiest. Is that true? I could kind of see that being true. Well, this is pretty cool. We have a Neolithic house in Skara Brae, Orkney Island, Scotland. The village consisted of 10 clustered houses made of flagstones and earthen dams that provided support for the walls. The houses had stone hearths, beds, and cupboards, a primitive sewer system with toilets and drains in each house. This is so cool to see, right? When we're talking about something that is literally any amount of years BC, right? As you can see down there, 3180 BC to 2500 BC. I mean, this is forever ago. It's kind of crazy. And the fact that they actually had systems, right? It really is cool. I think it shows that there's so much we probably don't know about past civilizations. And it's very natural to think like of all the stuff we have now and think, oh, they didn't have this 100 years ago. They certainly didn't have this 2,000 years ago or beyond, right? But they did have a lot of stuff. It's really, really cool to see when you see ingenuity and engineering and smart things from long ago. This is pretty cool. This is a statue named Pillars of Hercules, located in the Strait of Gibraltar, which separates Europe from Africa and connects the Mediterranean to the Atlantic Ocean. So this is a pretty important meeting point between two major continents, between, two very important and famous bodies of water. And there you go. You have the Pillars of Hercules. Pretty cool. I did not know about this. Have you seen this in person? Is this like a famous landmark to kind of attempt to see up close? Saharan sand from Africa covering snow in Europe? What? Yo, this is actually crazy. It is snow underneath. Okay, that is absolutely wild. The fact that sand from the Sahara can blow around, I think it blows around everywhere. I want to say I've heard of Saharan sand making it all the way over here to the Americas, I think, in certain instances. So obviously going to Europe would be easy because it's a lot closer. Now, of course, it doesn't say where, but this is somewhere in Europe with mountains and snow. And it's covered in sand. This would be pretty weird, almost eerie to see this in person, I imagine. A bit of a weird experience. I didn't even know they had this. Victorian era prosthetic arm. It's, of course, from Europe, 1850 to 1910. There was prosthetic arms in the 1800s. I mean, I guess I would have thought that maybe they had early versions of prosthetics. I really didn't picture them looking like this. This is actually pretty cool. This looks like a movie prop, like something out of a movie. I hope it's not. I hope this is exactly what they're claiming, that this is an old prosthetic arm. I mean, if it is, this is pretty cool. I feel like it's very intricate and detailed and rather impressive, if I'm being honest. Wow. Yeah, another thing I would have never guessed. I'm going to cut it there. It is Friday. I hope you're having an awesome day, but more importantly, going to have a great weekend ahead of you. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Yeah, that's all I got for you. I appreciate you watching. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.